Okay, so guys, today we have to start with the powerful revision of the chapter ratio and proportion. Guys, we usually used to cover this chapter in 4 hours, but today, guys, we have to I have to make sure that we revise complete chapter in just maximum 1 to 1.5 hours. So you have the entire day. You can use entire day for the other chapters also. Guys, shall we start? Guys, today in this first half, we will start with the ratio proportion. Second, again, guys, we have one more half in the evening, guys, where we'll cover indices. So, guys, the chapter weight is very good. Paper chapter is very easy, but students don't prepare it at a good level and they ask the good questions from the easy chapter. So guys, we are going to cover all the tough variations which the institute expect from you to study, guys. Shall we start, everyone? Guys, please reply me fast. Are you all ready, guys? Yes. Sanjay, Harini, Balaji, Ashwatya, everybody, guys. Yes, sir. Now, guys, how we are going to cover this chapter? Guys, see, relevant writing part you can do whenever we discuss anything. Okay, you can do the relevant writing part. I will give you enough time to write. Okay, and guys, we are going to cover all the variations of the equation of the ratios and guys then proportion. For indices, guys, we have a new chart because indices have the huge amount of variations. So guys, indices we will refer the new chart, next chart. Okay, guys, this is the chart book I have already shared. It is available in Telegram channel also, my Maths Buddy app also, and I have shared this with the management also. Make sure that you have the charts now. Okay, now let's start with this. Guys. Let's start. Sir, in ratios, guys, we have to start with the definition, features of the ratio, types of ratio. Then, guys, we will have the word problem. Guys, equations word problem, or guys, you can have, guys, we are going to have some word problem, not lot of word problem. But yes, guys, I have taken almost all the variations of the word problem, guys. But more and more word problem you practice, that will be good for you. Okay, guys. After that, we'll start with the proportion, guys. Proportion will have the separate background, guys. Then we will have the indices later on. Okay, so now let's start with the ratios. Guys, it will just take 15-20 minutes to complete all the concepts of the ratios. Guys, what do you mean by ratios? Sir, ratios means smallest form of any fraction. Sir, what do you mean by smallest form of any fraction? Guys, if I say there is one fraction 200 upon 300. Guys, this is a fraction. Yes. But guys, can you tell me this is a ratio or not? Is this a ratio or not, guys? Is this a ratio or not? Everybody, guys, please reply me fast. Is this a ratio or not? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Guys, that is a basic mistake you can do. No, this is not a ratio. Yes, this is a fraction. Guys, the ratio is the smallest form of any fraction. Smallest form means, guys, once you cancel out the common factors, now 2 by 3 don't have anything common, guys. All the common factors have been cancelled. Now you can say this is a ratio. Guys, ratio means the smallest form of any fraction. Fraction does not means ratio. But yes, ratio means the fraction. But fraction does not mean that all the fractions are not ratio, guys. For example, you have 8 upon 4. 8 upon 4 is ratio? No, 8 upon 4 is not a ratio. 4 2 upon 1. Yes, this is ratio because this is the smallest form of any fraction. So guys, can I say the ratio means the smallest form of any fraction, guys, where this is known as, guys, numerator, this is known as denominator, guys, this is also known as antecedent, and the denominator is also known as, guys, consequent. Guys, antecedent and consequent. Guys, is this point clear? Guys, is basic definition clear? Can I move forward? I hope, guys, the basic definition is clear. Can I move forward, guys? Yes. Yes, guys. Now let's have the features of some ratio, guys. See, first of all, ratio don't have the same unit. The quantity that you're putting in the ratio must be of same kind and same unit. Guys, now let me explain this. For example, guys, if we want to write anything in the ratio, you cannot say numerator is the speed and denominator is the weight. No, guys, they should be of same kind. They should be of same kind means, guys, the numerator, if the numerator is speed, then the denominator also should put the speed. The kind of the comparison must be same. Second thing, guys, they should have same unit. They should have same unit. They should have same unit. Sir, what do you mean by same unit? For example, guys, I am saying car 1 runs from 50 kilometer per hour speed. And guys, denominator, I'm writing the ratio, I'm writing the same kind, I'm writing the speed only 100 meter per hour. But guys, yes, both are speed. But guys, along with their kind, guys, they should have the same unit also. Sir, unit means, guys, this. If you are writing the numerator unit as kilometer per hour, then the denominator unit must also be kilometer per hour. Guys, if you have the same units 50 kilometer per hour, 60 kilometer per hour, Yes. Now, guys, this is the ratio because, guys, the units must be same. Now, unit will cancel. They should be of same kind. Denominator also, numerator also have the speed, and denominator also you are having the speed. Yes, they are of the same kind. They are of the same unit. Unit will cancel, and guys, now common factor will cancel. The ratio is 5 upon 6. So, guys, we have the three things. First of all, ratio don't have the same unit. Sorry, ratio don't have the units. Why the ratio don't have the units? Because the numerator and denominator are the same units. So unit cancel, and guys, ratio comes, guys, unit free. Guys, I hope this point is clear. Yes, guys. Some next thing, guys. Guys, the order of the ratio is important. Yesterday, guys, only I told you 2 multiplied by 3 is 6. 3 multiplied by 2 is also 6. In multiplication, order does not matter. But in case of division, 3 upon 2 is 1.5 and 2 upon 3 is, guys, 0.66. So, guys, the ratio, in a ratio, guys, order is very important. This two will be considered as same ratio. This is one ratio, this is another ratio. Yes, guys. So second feature, guys, is ratio. In ratio, is order important? The answer will be yes. Guys, the two ratios, so you're, guys, leave it this. Guys, the ratio is the simplest form or lower term. The ratio, the simplest form of any fraction. Guys, you cannot say that 200 upon 300, 200 upon 280. This is ratio. Guys, you have to cancel the common factors, then whatever is remaining, that will be termed as ratio. Ratio does not means any fraction, guys. Ratio does not means any fraction. Fraction reduced to its smallest form is known as ratio. Sir, can't we change into kilometer? You can change kilometer. Kilometer can't. Why can't we change it to kilometer, sir? Matesh, I'm not understanding your question. Why can't we change to kilometer, sir? Kilometer per hour. Speed is not distance, can be kilometer. Speed is, guys, ratio of distance and speed and time. Speed and time. Distance upon time. Distance and time. So, what a useless question. Can't we change to kilometer, sir? Any sense? Guys, are you all here? Guys, they should be of same kind. If you are having the meter in the numerator, denominator also you can have the meter. Numerator you have the kilometer, denominator also should be kilometer. If the numerator have kilometer per hour, then the denominator should also have kilometer per hour. Okay. Guys, can I move forward? Guys, can I move forward? Okay. Okay. Guys, now, guys, for example, if I ask you, we have one original quantity X. Guys, please answer me fast. We have one original quantity X. I shifted X by 50 units. Guys, I increased X by 50 units. I increased X by 50 units. How, what will be the new measurement? Guys, this is old quantity. This is, guys, old quantity. If I am asking new quantity, what will be your new quantity? Sir, it will be X plus 50. X plus 50. Guys, when we change any original quantity by addition or subtraction, it is very easy to get the new quantity. But guys, what if I say the original quantity was X? I changed this original quantity by the ratio 2 by 3. I changed this by the ratio 2 by 3. What will be your new quantity? Guys, whenever you change any quantity in the, just a second, guys, just a second. Okay, guys, now we can move forward. Guys, now please pay attention. Guys, now what I was discussing, guys, if I change any original quantity, guys, if I change any original, why the battery is doing like this? Okay, no worry. Guys, if I change any original quantity by changing it by just by some units, I increase it by 50 units, I decrease it by 50 units, what you will do? You will add 50, you will subtract 50. But if I say I have changed one quantity in the terms of ratio, what will be the new quantity? So, guys, to get the new quantity, guys, X was the original quantity, multiply it by the inverse of the ratio. The new quantity will be, guys, X into multiply by 3 upon 2. The ratio is 2 by 3. So, to get the new quantity, guys, multiply old quantity by inverse of the ratio. What is the inverse of 2 upon 3, guys? It is 3 upon 2. This is how we get the new quantity. guys. Now let's discuss one question, guys. Let's discuss one question, guys. See, the R whose weight, guys, whose weight is 56.7 kg, reduce the weight in the terms of ratio, guys. There is increase and decrease in the terms of ratio. Can you tell me, guys, new weight? Guys, can you tell me the new weight of R? Guys, fast. Can you tell me the new weight of the R? Fast, guys. Old quantity, guys, 56.7. You are changing in the terms of ratio 7 upon 6. How to get this, guys? 6 upon 7. The new quantity will be, Aman sir, 56.7 multiplied by 6 divided by 7. 48.6. 48.6 kg. So guys, whenever we change anything in the terms of ratio, guys, how to get the new quantity, guys? Old quantity multiply by inverse of ratio, guys. I hope this point is clear to all of you, guys. Guys, can I move forward? Yes sir. Now sir, types of ratios, guys. What do you mean by compound ratio? Guys, multiplying all the ratios numerator and denominator, guys, we get the compounded ratio. For example, there are two ratios, A upon B, and second ratio is C upon D. You want to get the compound ratio, multiply numerator, multiply denominator. This is the compound ratio of the above two ratio. Duplicate ratio means, guys, when any ratio is compounded by itself, A upon B multiply by A upon B will be, guys, A square upon B square. Subduplicate means, guys, power 1 by 2. Subduplicate means, guys, square root. Duplicate means square. Subduplicate means under root, guys. What is subduplicate of this? Under root A upon under root B. Triplicate means, guys, cube. A cube upon B cube. What is the triplicate of A upon B? A cube upon B cube. Subtriplicate means, guys, cube root. How we write cube root? A raised to the power 1 by 3 divided by, guys, B raised to the power 1 by 3. We can represent this cube root like this also. So guys, both are same. What is inverse ratio? What is inverse of A upon B, guys? B upon A. Guys, is this basic point clear, guys? Guys, we are going through the good revision. We have to discuss everything. But guys, I hope you all are aware about this. Guys, for example, how to get the compound ratio, guys? 5, 3 into 5, 15. 7, 4, guys, 28. What is, guys, duplicate means square? What is 2 square? 4, 3 square is 9. Guys, subduplicate, under root 4 upon under root 9, guys, 2 upon 3. Triplicate, guys, 2 cube, 8 upon 3 cube, guys, 27. Subtriplicate, guys, cube root, that is cube root, guys. This is 2 cube, so here you have 2. This is 3 cube, so guys, here you will have 3. Inverse, guys, what is 2 upon 3 inverse? 3 upon 2. Guys, any doubt on this? Guys, now institute never asked the questions on this, but I have seen, guys, students just pay attention towards this. Now, guys, how they ask the ratio on the continue ratio, and where students go with the very lengthy and very traditional methods. Now, guys, I am going to teach you continue ratio from very good amount of shortcut. Guys, shall we start? Everybody, guys, shall we start? Very important concept, guys. Okay. Now, see, guys, for example, if I have given you three quantities, A upon B, this ends on B, and another ratio starts with B, B upon C. And I ask you, make it continue ratio, that is A is to B is to C. Tell me A is to B is to C. How to get A is to B is to C, guys? Guys, this into this, N1 into N2 will be A. Guys, cross multiplication, this into this, D1 into N2, this will be B. Guys, this into this will be, guys, C. So don't remember N1, N2, guys, like this. This into this, A. This into this, B. This into this, C. Guys, see, guys, what will be A is to B is to C. This into this, A. This into this, B. This into this, guys, C. Guys, can you give me the answer for this? You have, guys, two ratios, A upon B. This ends on B, starts on B, guys, B upon C. Can you make it continue ratio of A is to B is to C? Guys, can you give me continue ratio of A is to B is to C? Guys, everybody, guys, this into this, 15 is to, guys, this into this, 20 is to, guys, this into this, guys, yes, 15 is to 20 is to 24. Guys, are you all comfortable for three? How can you make three quantities a continue ratio? Guys, can you make three quantity as a continue ratio? Guys, any doubt on this? I hope you can make three quantity and a continue ratio. Can I move forward? In our level, guys, we have to be comfortable with 3 quantities and we have to be comfortable with the 4 quantities. Now, guys, moving towards the 4 quantity. Aman sir, what if we have the 4 quantity? Guys, if anyone wants to write, I will give you time to write. Let me explain it first. Guys, sir, what if this is like this? A upon B ends on B, starts with B. B upon C ends on C, starts with C upon D. Now we have 4 quantity A, B, C, D. I am asking, can you tell me A is to B is to C is to D? That's very good question. And if the question comes from this area, students waste a lot of time in the traditional method. Guys, this is the exam question. You have to be ready for your all the tools for your exam. Now please pay attention. What will be, guys? A. This into this into this. Same. This into this into this. A. Guys, don't say N1, N2, N3. Don't remember like that. We are writing it for the revision purpose, but written in image format. This into this into this. This into this into this. Everyone okay, guys? Everyone with okay with A? Say yes or no, guys. Everyone okay with A? Now, guys, B. This into this into this. We will end on N3 only, guys. But how, guys? Yes, there is a cross multiplication. N1, this into this into this. This is B. Now, guys, again, see, guys, see from below now. This into this into this. B and C both ends on C only, guys. Both ends on N3 only, guys. See, guys, this into this into this. A. B, guys. This into this into this. B, guys. Now this into this into this, guys. C. Now, guys, last one. This into this into this. A and D is sorted. Don't get confused in B and C, guys. This into this into this. B. This into this into this. C. This into this into this. D. Guys, answer me one question, guys. Everybody, guys, answer me one question. A upon B, B upon C, C upon D. Make 4 quantities in a continuous ratio. A is to B is to C is to D. Guys, I'm waiting for your answer. Waiting for your answer, guys. Answer me fast. Guys, answer me fast. A is to B is to C is to D. Absolutely correct, Mathesh. Superb. Sanjay, Sarthi, absolutely correct. Guys, let's discuss A. This into this into this. 3 into 5 into 7. Guys, 105. Guys, 105. Guys, now this into this into this. 4 into 5 into 7. Guys, how much? 140. Guys, now this into this into this, guys. 4 into 6 into 7. Guys, 168. Now, guys, this into this into this, guys. 4 into 6 into 8, guys. How much? 192. Guys, one of the most important ratio, guys, that is types of ratio shortcut, guys. Continue ratio, guys. Traditional method, useless method. Guys, are you all confident for the 3 term quantity and 4 quantity, 5 quantity, 6 quantity? Don't worry, it will not come. If it comes, it will part of proportion. We'll discuss. Guys, is this point clear? Guys, do you want to write? Should I show you the board? Guys, do you want to write? Should I show you the board? Anyone wants to write this part, guys? Or can I move forward? Guys, tell me, move forward. Right. Okay. I'm giving you time, guys. Do one thing, guys. Don't just write it in a random format, guys. Write it fast. Okay. I'm showing the board view, guys. Write down, guys. Write down. Guys, can I move forward? Okay. Now, guys, we are done with the 3 quantity, guys. We are done with the 4 quantity. Now, moving forward to this, guys. Sir, we are done with the ratios. Guys, now before we start the proportion, guys, now let's start with the questions. Guys, see, guys, first of all, utilize this time for the revision. Don't let me solve the question, guys. You have to solve this question. Guys, let's start. Now, guys, wait. Guys, wait. One very important concept, guys. See, guys, here I am not occupying you guys for the easy questions. Okay. I'm taking just one variation of the easy question. Almost all the tough questions are here. So, guys, we have to discuss one thing. Now, please pay attention. Guys, A upon B is 2 by 3. A upon B is 2 by 3. From here, can I conclude like this? Aman sir, this means A is equals to 2 and B is equals to 3. Guys, can I say like this? Guys, saying this is correct or wrong. Can I say like this? Shweta is saying no. Balaji, no. Mari, no. No, sir. No, you cannot say like this. Sir, this is a ratio. Sir, you are saying this is a ratio. Ratio means the smallest form. Sir, even if the A can be 20, B can be 30, then also the ratio will be 2 upon 3. Sir, here A can be 200, B can be 300, then also the ratio will be 2 upon 3. There must be something common. Sir, there must be something common. There can be common, there cannot be common. We don't know. If something is common, sir, it may have cancelled out. And what that is common, it is 10 or multiple of 100. I don't know what is common, because since it was common, it has been cancelled out. So, sir, we used to say like this. Here A is equals to 2x, B is equals to 3x. Guys, here A is equals to 2x and B is equals to 3x. Now, guys, now again we will take the ratio. Sir, yes. Instead, we can say 2x and 3x, because something was common. I don't know what was common. So that common will cancel. Sir, you cannot say A is 2x and B is 3y. Why? Because they were common. So I will assume the same variable in the numerator and I will assume the same variable in the denominator. I don't know what was the common factor which has been cancelled out. So guys, can I say like this? Guys, now if I am saying like this is 2x, this is 3x. Is this correct? Guys, can I say like this? Yes or no? Guys, can I say like this? Is saying this is correct or wrong? Yes, sir. You can say like this, sir. There was something common which has been cancelled. We cannot predict what was that common thing, guys. So we can say like this. Okay, absolutely correct. Now, guys, moving forward. Guys. Now, please pay attention, guys. But if you want to put the value of A and B in another ratio only, what will happen? Again, you will put in one ratio. X will come common. X will come common, and at the end it will cancel. So guys, for exam point of view, since our paper is MCQ based, we will not get any marks in the method. I will not suggest to guys assume X. It's okay. You can say like this for your saying this is wrong. I know that. But still guys, you can say A is 2 and B is 3 if you are going to put the value of A and B in any of the ratio. If you are going to put it in some another equation, not in the ratio, don't say A is equal to 2, B is equal to 3. But since you are going to put this in the form of ratio, again X will come common and at the end it will cancel. So you can say this. Yes, for exam point of view. Guys, is this point clear? Can I move forward, guys? Okay. Now, guys, come to the question, guys. Guys, a question is saying if A upon B is this, then the value of this. Guys, can I say A is 3, B is 4? Yes, Aman sir, you can say this because you are going to put it in one of the ratio. Guys, now let's put it over here. Guys, 3 into 2, guys, 6. M plus, guys, 3 into 4, guys, again M plus MRC. How much, guys? You will get 18 upon. Guys, put it over here. 3 into 3, guys, 9 plus 4 into 4, guys, 16. 9 plus 16. How much, guys? 25. So, guys, the correct answer is, guys, 18 upon 25. Make a small correction, guys. There will be 18, not 8. 18 upon 25. Guys, is this point clear to all of you? Can I move forward, guys? Why to assume X and take common at the end? It will cancel only. So you can definitely, if my paper is subjective, I would have never done this. Since my paper is MCQ based and I know at the end it will cancel, I can do like this. Guys, is this point clear to all of you, guys? Can I move forward? Yes, sir. Everybody, guys, solve question number 2. Guys, can I say X is 3, Y is 4? Yes, sir, you can say. Since you are going to put in the ratio, here is the ratio, guys. Guys, 3 square, 9 into 4 plus X into, guys, Y square, 4 square, 16 upon X cube, guys, 2 cube is, guys, 8 plus 4 cube, guys, 4 into 1, 1, 2, 3, guys, 64. Let's solve this, guys. 9 into 4, M plus 3 into 16, M plus MRC. Guys, here you will get 84 upon 8 plus 64. Guys, how much? 72. Now, guys, don't waste your time. To get the exact fraction. Get your answer in decimal. Guys, get your answer in decimal. Wait, guys, I'll explain you how. Guys, get your answer in 81. 91? 2 cube sorry, 3 cube. Okay guys, got it. 3 cube guys. Here it will be guys 3 cube 27. 91. No, not none of these guys. Don't do this guys. Get your answer guys. Wait a second. Calculator view. Calculator. Not set up. See guys. Guys, get your answer in decimal. 84. 84 upon 91. How much guys? 0.9230 guys. 0.9230. Point 9230. Guys, get your answer in decimal. Don't waste your time in getting the exact fraction, exact ratio. Get your answer in decimal and check for guys option also. 12 divided by 13. 0.9230. 0.9230. You are getting the same fraction guys. You are getting the same decimal. So guys, that option is correct. 0.9230. Guys, whenever you are solving this kind of question, don't waste your time in getting the exact fraction. Just get the answer in decimal and convert option also into decimal. The option which will have to give you the same decimal, that option is correct. Shweta right answer, Mari right answer, Mohan, okay. Everybody guys right answer. Guys, can I move forward? Guys, can I move forward? Now, guys, now moving towards the next question. Guys, please try. Guys, very good question asked in the P by Q. P by Q is sub duplicate of this. They are saying if you take the sub duplicate of this, that will be equals to P by Q. P by Q is sub duplicate of this. Guys, if I try to write this, whatever they are saying if you take sub duplicate means under root. Guys, sub duplicate means power 1 by 2. Power 1 by 2 means under root. If you take under root of P minus x square upon under root of Q minus x square, it will be equals to P by Q, because P by Q is sub duplicate of this. You take the sub duplicate of this, which will be equals to P by Q. Guys, now they're asking the value of x square. Guys, now I need to get the value of x square in the form of P and Q. I need to have x square on one side and send everything on the another side. Guys, shall we start? Yes, it requires the practice. We can go from assuming value technique also. Still, it will be little a bit lengthy. So guys, let's solve it. Guys, now let's solve it. Sir, take the square both the side. Squaring both the side will give you P minus x square upon Q minus x square is equals to P by Q. Let's cross multiply. Guys, Q multiply by P minus x square. Guys, P multiply by Q minus x square. Open the bracket guys. P into Q minus Qx square. Guys, P into Q minus Px square. Guys, let's bring. Something is wrong guys, I done. सब डुप्लीकेट किया अपन ने. Sorry guys, here I have to do square. Guys, yes, P square, yes, my mistake guys. Q square, P square. Now let's open the bracket guys. Guys, when we are doing the squaring, we have to square both the side guys. Let's open the bracket now guys. P Q square minus Q square x square. Guys, Q P square minus P square x square. Guys, now let's take x square on the one side. Let's bring it over here. P square x square minus Q square x square is equal to guys QP square minus PQ square. Let's take x square common. You will have guys P square minus Q square. Let's take guys P into Q common. Here guys you will have one P left, and here guys you will have one Q left. Guys, now everybody know guys P square minus Q square is A square minus B square. Guys, how to solve A square minus B square? So this is A plus B multiply by guys A minus B is equals to guys P into Q bracket P minus Q. Minus will cancel. You will have x square is equals to guys P into Q divided by P plus Q. And the guys correct answer is P into Q divided by guys P plus Q. Option C is the right answer. Yes, guys, I request all of you, till now guys, only I am the person who have solved this question. Guys, this, just consider this as your final revision. Don't keep it, okay, I will do it after class. Do it now. I am giving you time, guys. Do it now. Guys, we will not move forward. Do it now. Guys, everybody try. Do it now. Guys, do it now. You have the solution in front of you, guys, if you stuck at any particular place. But guys, do it now. Now, done, sir. Now, guys, let's move forward. Sir, ratio compounded of, guys, ratio compounded. How to get the compounded ratio, guys? How to get the, sir, multiply all the ratios. 2 upon 3 multiply by 9 upon 4 multiply by 5 upon 6 multiply by 8 upon 10. Let's multiply everything. 2 into 9 into 5 into 8, 720. 3 into 4 into 6 into 10. Guys, 720. Can I say this will cancel and 1 is to 1? Guys, option A is the right answer. Guys, option A is the right answer. Guys, now this question, everybody guys, please try. Guys, now we are practicing the questions based on the types of ratio. Guys, can I say here in the place of P we will put 2. In the place of Q we will put, guys, 3. Guys, in the place of X, guys, we will put 4. And in the place of Y we will put 5. Now let's put it over here, guys. Now let's put it over here. Guys, I will solve directly in the calculator. In the place of P, guys, 5 into, guys, let's solve it together. Guys, 5, guys, here I'll put 5 into P into X. Guys, what is P? Into 2. Into X, guys, what is X? Multiply by 4. Guys, you are getting 40 over here, M plus. Now, guys, 3 into, guys, Q. What is Q, guys? 3 into, guys, Y. What is Y, guys? What is Y? 5. Multiply by 5. Guys, 45 plus 40, guys. You are getting 85 upon. Guys, yes, 85 upon. Guys, 85 upon. Guys, now, yes, this is correct. Clear the memory, guys. Now put it over here. 10px, guys. 10 multiply by P multiply by X is 4, guys. Again, M plus. Guys, 4qy, guys. 4q into Y. Guys, 4 into 3 into Y is 5, guys. M plus MRC. Guys, 140. Guys, you divide 85 divided by 140. Guys, how much you are getting? Sir, we are getting in decimal 0.6071. Let's convert this into decimal, guys. 17 divided by 28. Sir, we are getting the same fraction 0.6071. So, guys, this option is correct. Rest all the options are wrong. Guys, is this point clear to all of you? Guys, now I hope you will not make any kind of mistake in solving this kind of questions. Guys, can I move forward? Guys, can I move forward, guys? Everybody now? Okay, okay. Guys, question number 6, guys. All of you guys, please try. The ratio compounded of duplicate of this. What is duplicate of 4 upon 5? Sir, 4 upon 5 duplicate is, guys, 16 upon 25. Guys, triplicate of this, 1 upon 27 cube. Subduplicate of this, subduplicate means under root, guys. 81 under root will give you 9 upon 256 under root will give you, guys, 16. Guys, subtriplicate, guys, subtriplicate ratio, guys. This is 5 cube, and guys, this is, guys, if I'm not wrong, guys, this is, guys, 8 into 8 into 8, guys, 8 cube. So, guys, can I say this is cube root of, guys, 5 and this is cube root of 8. Multiply by 5 multiply by 8. Guys, now let's multiply. 16 into 1 into 9 into 5. Guys, you will get 720. Divide by 25 multiply by 27 multiply by 16 multiply by 8. Guys, you will get 86400. Guys, no option will give you same fraction. So, guys, the correct answer will be none of these. Guys, even if you check, you will convert this into decimal, convert all the options into decimal, you will not get the same decimals, guys. So, none of this is the correct answer. The correct answer is written, guys, beside this only. Guys, is this point clear to all of you? Guys, is this point clear to all of you, guys? These are the questions, guys, which they ask in the exam, guys. I hope this point is clear to all of you. Yes, yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. Guys, ratio compounded of ratio compounded of guys 2 upon 3 multiply by 9 upon 4 multiply by guys 5 upon 6 multiply by guys 8 is to 10 multiply by 8 upon 10 guys. 2 into 9 into 5 into 8, how much guys? 720. 3 into 4 into 6 into 10 guys, 720. 720 upon 720 guys, 1 is to 1 guys. Option A is the right answer guys. Now guys, let's solve this one guys, then we will discuss that question. Question number 9 guys, sub duplicate means guys under root, so guys this will be 5 upon 6 guys. Option D is the right answer guys. Now wait guys, one question guys from where I need to teach you something guys. They are asking continue ratio guys, they are asking A is to B is to C guys. What they have given, sir, but they have given you guys like this: A is equals to B upon 2 is equals to C upon 5. I am asking guys A is to B is to guys, I am asking A is to B is to C. Sir, we need two ratio guys. Let's take these two things. If you bring B over here, what will be A upon B? 1 is to 2. Now let's equate this guys. If you bring B, C over here and take 2 over here guys, what will be B upon C? 2 upon 5 guys. This is how guys, this is the easy presentation, this is a little bit advanced presentation. You have to make A upon B and you have to make guys B upon C guys. Now you have A upon B, B upon C guys. Can you tell me continue ratio guys? Do you have any shortcut to convert this into continue ratio guys? Do you have any shortcut to convert this into continue ratio? Fast guys, do it guys. This into this A, this into this will be B, and this into this will be guys C. Answer me fast guys. This into this 2 is 2, this into this guys 4, this into this guys 10 guys. Will it cancel guys? Is there anything common guys? I want the ratio. Can I say there is something common? This will cancel from 2 guys. If you cancel everything from 2, 2 1 ja 2, 2 2 ja 4, 2 5 ja 10. Definitely this is a fraction, but I am asking the ratio. Ratio means guys smallest part. Will it cancel from anything? Yes, it will cancel from 2. So cancel guys. 1 is to 2 is to 5 guys. 1 is to 2 is to 5 guys. Option C is the right answer. Exam question guys. Here we are done with all the variations guys. Now I want all of you to guys deal with the word problem. See guys, here we are done with the basic question guys on the ratios. Then we are done with guys, sorry guys, here we are done with this basics guys. Then we are done with the ratios guys. We are done with the compound ratio guys. Now we have to practice the word problems guys. Shall we start the word problems guys? Are you all here guys? 100% will cover the ratios guys in next 20 minutes guys. Once we are done with the ratios guys, we'll have the break, and after that guys we'll cover the proportion. In proportion guys, I'll teach you very important concept, that is a rule of implication guys. Rule of allegation, which is very frequently asked in the exam. Inspired from the last MTP they have asked the same question. So guys, we'll discuss that. Okay. So guys, now let's cover the word problems of the ratios guys. Now let's cover the word problems of the ratio guys. Shall we start now guys? Now let's start. Two numbers guys, two numbers are in the ratio 2 by 3. Two numbers are in the ratio 2 by 3. If 4 is subtracted from each, they are in the ratio 3 by 5 guys. Don't solve it from the traditional methods. You have to go from guys option 2 question. Two numbers are in this ratio, it means that option will be correct, which will be in the ratio 2 by 3 guys. What is 2 by 3? So 2 by 3 means 0.66. okay, let's check whether this is 0.66 or not guys. 16 divided by 24 guys, are you getting 0.66? Yes guys. If the 4 is subtracted from each guys, if you subtract the 4 from 16, you will get 12. If you subtract the 4 from here, you will get 20. The ratio will be 3 upon 5 guys. What is 3 upon 5? 3 upon 5 is 0.6. Let's check whether this is 0.6 or not. 12 divided by 20. Yes, I'm answer. This is also 0.6. Can I say guys, this is the option which satisfy all the conditions of the question guys. What the question is saying, I need a fraction which is 2 by 3. What do you mean by 2 by 3? 0.66. Option A give me 0.66. If you subtract 4 from each, that this will be 3 upon 5. What is 3 upon 5? 0.6. So guys, this is the option which satisfy all the demands of the question. So this option is correct. Rest all the options are wrong. Guys, is this point clear to all of you? Guys, is this point clear? Now, guys, now please pay attention. Guys, now everybody knows that the sum of the angles of the triangle is how much, guys? Sum of the angles of the triangle is, guys, 180 degree. Okay, now they're saying the angles are in the ratio, guys. To deal with these two problems, guys, now guys, wait, to deal with these two problems, one thing is very important. Now let's revise this, guys. Now let's revise this, guys. Now let's revise this, guys. Are you all here? Guys, are you all here? Yes sir, yes sir, yes sir. Now guys, please pay attention. There is 200 kg mixture. There is 200 kg mixture. Okay, having zinc and copper in the ratio. If I ask you, tell me amount of zinc and copper, sir, if we have anything in the terms of ratio, how to split and get the exact quantity? Out of this 200 kg, there's 5 units of zinc are there and 6 units are of the copper, and 6 unit belongs to copper. How many total units are there? 5 plus 6, guys, total 11 units. So how to convert them into exact quantity? Out of 200, zinc is having 5 units out of total 11 units. 5 upon 11. Yes, out of 200 kg, how much is copper? 6 units out of total 11. So guys, this is how you'll solve this. You will get this much is copper and this much is zinc. And when you add this, you will get again 200 kg. So guys, whenever you want to split, how to get the two quantities when they are mixed in the ratio? Just get the units of that divided by total units. How many units of zinc are there? 5 units. Total units are, guys, 5 plus 6, how much? 11. Copper is having how much units? 6 units. Total how many units are there? 11. Guys, this is how you can get the zinc and copper. This is how, guys, you can get the zinc and copper. Guys, now I am saying there is total 180-degree angle of three angles A, B, C. They are in the ratio, guys, 2, 7, 11. 2 is to 7 is to 11. Can you tell me how much is A? Sir, Aman sir, A will be 180. 2 units of A. Total units 2 plus 7 plus 11. Total units are 20. Guys, how much is B, guys? Sir, B is, Aman sir, 7 units. Out of total, guys, 20. How much is C, guys? 11 divided by 20. Guys, how much? 180 multiplied by 2 divided by 20. Sir, 18 degree. 180 multiplied by 7 divided by 20. 63 degree. Guys, 180 multiplied by 11 divided by 20. Guys, 99 degree. Guys, that's all. Guys, 18, 63, 99 degree. Absolutely correct, guys. Absolutely correct. Guys, everybody, guys. Question number, guys. Question number, guys. Next question. Divide 723 in the x and y in the ratio, guys. How to divide? Out of 324 rupees. Out of 324 rupees. How much is the unit of x? 11 units. Total how many units? 11 plus 7, 18 units. Guys, out of 324, how many units are of B? 7 units. Out of total, guys, 324 multiplied by 11 divided by 18. 198, guys. 324 multiplied by 7 divided by 18. Guys, 126. Guys, 198 and 126, guys. None of this is the right answer. Write down, guys. 198 and 126. Guys, one superb question is waiting for you, guys. Please solve this question. Guys, I am giving you time. Please solve this question, guys. Guys, question number 5, I will give you one shortcut. You know, for question number 5, guys, you must have applied very long method. I will tell you, guys, shortcut. See, guys, what they have saying. If P, Q are the three city, the ratio of the temperature between P upon Q. Guys, they have given you P upon Q. How much? 11 upon 12. Okay. And P upon R. Guys, P upon R. How much is P upon R, guys? 9 upon 8. What is the ratio between Q and R? Guys, okay, we will find Q and R. That is not a different game. But guys, can you tell me P is to Q is to R? Sir, no. Why? Sir, to make it continue ratio, we need one thing. It should end with Q. It should end with start with Q. It ends on one thing and starts with the same thing. Then only we can make it continue ratio. But what will happen, guys? If I say let's inverse this. If you inverse this, Q upon P will be equals to, guys. Okay, you can do one more thing, guys. Let's inverse this. No, not inverse this. Let's inverse this, guys. What will happen? Q upon P is will be 12 upon 11, and this now ends with P, and this one starts with P, guys. Now see, guys, now you cannot get this, but can you get Q is to P is to R? Yes, sir, we can get the Q. This into this, guys. This into this. 12 into 9, guys. 12 into 9, guys. How much? 108, guys. What is P, guys? This into this, guys. 99, guys. What is R, guys? 88, guys. So here Shweta has given me right answer, Sanjay has given me right answer, and guys, Mathesh has given me right answer. Absolutely correct. Dilip has given me right answer. Now whatever they ask, either they ask Q upon P, P upon R, whatever they ask, once you have entire 3 units, you can get anything, guys. Now what they're asking, Q upon R. So guys, what will be Q upon R? Q will be, guys, 108. What will be R, guys? 88. So guys, the correct answer is 108 upon 88. 108 upon 88. Guys, let's get in decimal. 108 divided by 88 will give you, guys, 1.2272. 1.2272. Let's check for this one. 27 upon 22. 1.2272. So guys, this one is the correct answer. Rest all the options are wrong. Guys, is this point clear? Guys, is this point clear, all of you? Guys, is this point clear to all of you? Yes. Now, guys, here, superb question, guys. Mark this as LDR. You have to revise this one day before exam. Guys, you have to revise this one day before exam. Guys, based on the basic definition. Guys, based on the basic definition, guys, then we'll solve 2 questions, and guys, we are done with the ratios. We have the break, then guys, we'll cover the proportion also. Guys, question number 4. Guys, question number 4. Guys, just look at this question. Anand earns rupees 80. Guys, how much Anand earns? 80 rupees per 7 hour. Okay. Pramod earns, guys, rupees. How much, guys? 90 rupees per 12 hour. Anand earns rupees 80 rupees per 7 hour. Pramod earns, guys, rupees 90 per 12 hours. What is the ratio of their earning? They're asking the earning of Anand upon Pramod. Guys, can I simply do 80 upon 90? Guys, can I simply do this? Yes or no? No. Sanjay is saying no, 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 no. Everyone is saying, guys, no. Why no? Sir, if you want to convert any 2 units into ratios, you can express them in the ratio if they are of the same kind. This is also earning. This is also earning. Okay. One more condition. They should be of same unit. Here the unit is rupees per 7 hour, and here the unit is per 12 hour. Earning of one is earning is of 7 hour, and one earning is of 12 hour. They are not of the same ratio. How much Anand will earn per hour? 80 divided by 7. This is rupees per hour. How much Pramod will earn per hour? 90 divided by 12 rupees per hour. Now you can say Anand earning is this much divided by Pramod earning is this much. Now yes, this is the correct ratio. How to, guys, convert them? 80 upon 7. Take them above with reciprocal 12 upon 90. Guys, how much? 80 multiply by 12. Guys, 960 divided by 7 into 90. 630. 960 divided by 630. Guys, how much? 1.52. Guys, 1.523. Let's check for the option, guys. None of these, guys. 1.523. No option will give you that. No option will give you that, guys. So guys, option D will be the correct answer. Sir, can we do like this also? We can get the Anand earning of 7 hour we have. We can convert the 90 earning of Pramod also for 7 hour. Yes, they should be of the same unit. You are taking the earning of Anand of 7 hour, then take earning of Pramod of also of 7 hour. You are taking the earning of Pramod of 12 hours, then take earning of Anand also of 12 hours. Then there is no problem. Guys, they should be of the same kind, same unit. Then answer will be same. So guys, what I did, I take the earning of Anand of 1 hour and Pramod earning also of 1 hour. And guys, once they have the same kind, same unit, you can convert them into a ratios. Guys, is this point clear to all of you guys? Is this point clear to all of you? Can I move forward? Guys, we are discussing the word problems of the ratios. Guys, superb question, guys. Whenever this question comes, many students will say the paper was tough. Guys, question. If a carton contains, guys, there is one carton. Guys, there is one carton which contains a dozen of mirror. Guys, how many mirrors are there? 12 mirrors are there. A carton contains 12 mirrors. Okay, guys, is dropped. Okay, now the which of the following cannot be the ratio? Which of the following cannot? Which one of the following cannot be the ratio of broken and broken upon unbroken mirror? Broken upon unbroken. Guys, broken upon, which cannot be the ratio of the broken upon unbroken? Guys, for example, if I say option A, guys, what is option A? 2:1. Guys, option B is, guys, 3:1. Option C, sir, 12 cannot broke in the ratio of 3:2. Absolutely correct, guys. But let me answer this one. Guys, if I split this in this ratio, what is the unit of broken? 2 units. What is the units of unbroken? Let's split it, guys, into broken. How many brokens are there and how many unbrokens are there? Sir, 12 divided by how much total units are there? 3 units, guys. 12 into 2 divided by 3. 12 into 1 divided by 3. Guys, 12 into 2, guys, 12 into 2 divided by 3. Sir, 8 units of broken. 12 into 1 divided by 3, guys, 4 units of unbroken. Yes, this can be happen, guys. Now let's check for, guys, option C directly. Broken and unbroken. Guys, 12 into 3 divided by 5. Here, guys, 12 into 2 divided by 5. 12 into 3 divided by 5. You are getting broken mirror is 7.2. 12 into 2 divided by 5, guys, 4.8. Guys, this cannot be the answer. How the broken mirrors can be in decimal? How the unbroken mirror can be in decimal? Guys, 4 mirrors are fully broken and one mirror is 80% broken. No, guys, the broken and unbroken mirror cannot be in decimal. If any mirror is broken 1% also, it will be counted as broken. How can some, sir, we are having 7.2 broken mirrors? Will it make any sense? If you are saying like this, we have 8 broken mirrors and we have 4 unbroken mirrors. Yes, that makes sense. But the broken and unbroken mirror can never be in decimals. And guys, all the option will not give you the decimal. Only one option will give you decimal, that is option C. Because the broken and unbroken mirrors can never, ratio can be anything, but the number of units of broken and unbroken can never be in decimal. So guys, this cannot be the ratio. The rest all are correct. Guys, very good question, guys. Is this point clear to all of you? Guys, I am taking the important questions and challenging word problems only. Once you are confident in this, you can crack all the word problems without any mistake, guys. You can crack the questions without any mistake, guys. Now, guys, this is a very common question, guys, they ask for the mixture question, guys. Let's discuss question number 7, guys. One more question for the word problem. Guys, there are 720 ml of mixture. Guys, there is one mixture of 729 ml containing milk and water. Containing milk and water in the ratio 7:2. In the ratio 7:2. Guys, when you have anything in the terms of ratio, can you split it? Yes, sir. 729 multiply by 7 units of milk divided by total units 9. 729, 2 units of water out of total units 9. How much milk, guys? 729 multiply by 7 and divided by 9. Sir, 567 ml of milk. How much water, guys? 729 multiply by 2 divided by 9, guys. 162 ml. Guys, 567 ml of milk and 162 ml of water. Original quantity is this much. Okay, now how much more water? How much more water to be added to get the new milk and water in ratio? I need new ratio, guys. As of now, milk is this much and water is this much, and the ratio is 7/2. I need to make the new ratio 7/3. 7 upon 3. Guys, how much more water I should add? Let us assume the more water, this is milk and this is water. Let's add x ml of water. So guys, the new ratio will be 7 upon 3. I just need to get the value of x. Guys, now let's calculate the value of x. Guys, I will explain you this with a shortcut also. But guys, please pay attention. Let's multiply, cross multiply guys. 567 multiplied by 3 will give you guys 1701. Guys, cross multiply 162 multiplied by 7. Guys, here you will get 1134 plus 7x. Guys, let's solve it guys over here. 1 minus 1701, 567 is equals to 7x. So guys, x will be guys divided by 7, 81 ml. So if you add 81 ml of water, the new ratio will be 7 upon 3. Guys, now please pay attention guys. Now please pay attention. Guys, now see. Guys, water is 162 ml. Guys, please pay attention. Guys, old ratio was 7 upon 2. You want to make new ratio 7 upon 3. It means guys, this was milk, this was water. You want to guys please pay attention. Now guys, please pay attention. You want to increase the water by ratio of the water by 1 unit. What is the 1 unit of water? Sir, this is for the 2 units guys. This water is 162 ml of water is for 2 units. How much for the 1 unit? 162 divided by 2. Directly you will get for 2 units we have 162 ml. For 1 unit 162 divided by 2, 81 ml. So guys, if you want to increase the water just by 1 unit, add 81 ml of water. From the common sense also you can do. If I would have said I want to make it 7 by 4, it means I want to increase the water by 2 units. For 2 units, how much water guys? 162. So add 162. From the common sense also you can do this. But guys, this was your luck guys, that they have not changed the milk. If they would have changed the milk also and water also, guys, then you have to follow this method. Guys, that's why I suggested go with the method. This is just a guys tricky small concept, small shortcut you can hold for this type of question only. Guys, see Akshay, what I'm saying, see, old ratio is 7 upon 2. Okay, you want to make the new ratio. You want to make the new ratio 7 upon 3. You don't want to make any change in milk. You just want to increase the units of water by 1 unit. Now just I will check how much 1 unit of water contains. See guys, this is 729, out of which 162 ml is milk. Sorry, 162 ml is water. This is water for how many units? So this is water for 2 units. Then how much for the 1 unit? 162 divided by 2, 81. I just want to increase it by 1 unit. So just add 81 ml of water. This is what I am saying. This is water for 2 units. How much water for 1 unit? 81 ml. I just need to increase the water by 1 unit. It means how much water to added to increase it by 1 unit? 81 ml. This is the shortcut. Okay, not a shortcut, common sense, not a shortcut, common sense. I'm just applying my common sense, nothing else. Guys, is this point clear to all of you? Guys, here I can say that we are done with the powerful revision and a complete revision of the chapter ratios. Guys, complete revision. Guys, I have discussed each and every part of this. Guys, every part of this. Guys, we have covered types of ratio, duplicate, subduplicate, continue ratio, word problem, selected word problem, but all were very important word problem. Guys, is this point clear to all of you? Guys, now let's have the break for 15 minutes only, guys. It will take 20 minutes. I have to take the break fast. Guys, it's 11:20 almost. Guys, we'll connect at 11:40. And guys, in just next 40 minutes, guys, small chapter proportion will cover. I'll make you guys free by 12:30. I'll guys make you guys free by 12:30. And guys, in the next session, we'll cover the concepts of indices. Okay. See you guys, everybody, guys, after break. Okay, guys. Now let's move with the topic proportion. Guys, we are going to cover entire concepts in just 15-20 minutes. Guys, then we will discuss the important questions of the proportion. Guys, here I have added 12 questions which are more than sufficient to cover all the varieties of the proportion. Guys, now let's start with this. We'll pack up with the proportion this 30 minutes, guys, not more than that. Now let's start. Sir, proportion. Guys, when the two ratios are same, guys, please understand, when the two ratios are same, then the terms are said to be in proportion. For example, if A, B, C, D are in proportion, this is only possible, guys, if A upon B is equal to C upon D. If the two ratios are same, then we can say A, B, C, D are in proportion. Or I can say if A, B, C, D are in proportion, this is only possible when the two ratios are same. A upon B must be equal to C upon D. Guys, is this point clear? So guys, what is proportion? When the two ratios are same, the terms of the ratios are said to be in proportion. Guys, now fast, guys, little bit fast. No practical question will come from this, but they can ask a practical come theory question. Guys, whenever you guys do this, A into D is equal to B into C. This kind of rule, this rule is known as, guys, cross multiplication, guys, cross product rule or cross multiplication rule. They can give you this and they can give you this. Product of extreme is equal to product of mean. Which kind of rule is this? So you have to say this is, guys, cross multiplication rule. This is known as, guys, cross multiplication rule. Sir, will you share the TVM? Guys, I'm really sorry, but concept handbook sharing is little bit tough for me, as I said, because that is a regular batch notes and that is a 8 to 9 year of research work which I have added over there. So I used to teach it in the regular batch, but revision I am bound to use it. Okay, but I'll try if I can share some now. Guys, now here, guys, if there are three quantities, the three quantities are in proportion. This is only possible, guys, when the two ratios are same. If A upon B is equals to B upon C. Guys, when you have the three terms, you don't have the D. You cannot say A upon B is equals to C upon. So guys, when the three terms are in proportion, they are always in continue proportion. This ends on B and next ratio starts with B. Ends on B and the next ratio starts with B. But guys, if I give you four quantities, A, B, C, D are in proportion. Guys, now you don't have the, you have the enough quantities. Then guys, A upon B must be equal to C upon D. But guys, even if I say A, B, C, D are in continue proportion, not only word proportion, but if I say continue proportion, guys, then A upon B ends on B starts with B upon C, ends on C starts with C upon D. Guys, then this will be the scenario. There will be three ratios. Guys, if I say the word continue, then guys, it ends on B and starts with B. Now you must be thinking, so then why in three quantities are in proportion? Even if I don't say the word continue, they are still odd quantities, 3, 5, 7, 9. These terms will be always in continue proportion. Why? If I say A upon B must be equal to C upon, are you having one extra quantity? No. So guys, I am bound to do like this. A upon B must be equal to B upon C. So guys, whenever you are having odd number of quantities, they are always in continue proportion only. Guys, whenever you are having odd number of quantities, they are always in continue proportion. And whenever you are having even quantities, now it depends upon the question. If they say the word continue, then ends on B starts with B, ends on C starts with C. But if they don't say the word continue, A upon B starts with C upon D, starts with E upon F, like this. Guys, is this point clear to all of you? Guys, and I will tell you guys, crux. Sir, what is continue proportion? Continue proportion means, guys, GP. Continue proportion means GP, guys. Now see, if I say the word continue proportion, guys, A upon B, B upon C, C upon D, ends on B starts with B, ends on C starts with C. If I say the word continue, if I don't say the word continue and I have given you four terms, A upon B must be equal to C upon D. But if I give you three terms, five terms, the odd number of quantities always form continue proportion only. We don't have any other option. Guys, is this point clear to all of you? Guys, is this point clear to all of you? Can I move forward? Guys, can I move forward? Yes, sir. Now, guys, some important terms, guys. Again, a theory aspect question, no practical question you can expect. Guys, if there are two ratio, A upon B is equal to C upon D, you take the inverse of LHS and RHS, still they will be equals, and this inverse, taking inverse is known as invertendo property. This is known as, guys, invertendo. Guys, if you swap this B with the C, B with the C, still the ratio will be equal, and guys, they are known as alterendo. They're known as, guys, alterendo. If you take the inverse, known as invertendo. If you alter B with the C, guys, that is known as alterendo. Componendo, guys. What is the component of this? A plus B upon B must be equal to, guys, C plus D upon D. This kind of property is known as componendo. If you subtract A minus B upon B is equal to C minus D upon D. This is known as dividendo. And if you want to apply this both the things together, componendo and dividendo together, guys, you have to do A plus B upon B upon A minus B is equal to C plus D upon C minus D. This is known as componendo and dividendo. Guys, if you add the numerators and you add the denominators, this is known as addendo. If you subtract the numerator and the denominator, guys, this is known as subtractendo. As the word activity do, guys, we do according to the activity, the words have been suggested. Guys, let's revise this. Inverse. Guys, let's revise it from here. If you take the inverse of the numerator and denominator, meaning both LHS, RHS, still the ratio will be same. And that property is known as invertendo. If you take the reciprocal both the side, that is known as invertendo. If you alter B with the C, alterendo. Componendo, A plus B upon B is equal to C plus D upon D. Dividendo, guys, A minus B upon B is equal to C minus D upon D. Componendo, dividendo together. A plus B upon A minus B is equal to C plus D upon C minus D. Addendo, adding the numerators, add subtracting the numerators and denominators. Guys, this is known as, guys, properties, guys, where the theory question can come, and guys, from here also theory and practical both the questions can come. Guys, now moving forward, I will teach you the rule of alligation, guys, and we are done with this part. Guys, K concept, something new, guys, that I'm going to teach you, but let's start with the questions now. Guys, tell me the fourth term. Guys, tell me the fourth proportion. Guys, sir, I don't know what is the fourth term. Let us assume it X. What we will do, sir, the four terms are in proportion when the two ratios are same. So 4 upon 6 must be equals to 8 upon x. Let's get the value of x. 8 into 6 divided by 4. How much, guys? 8 into 6 divided by 4. You will get, guys, x is equals to 12. So, guys, 12 is the right answer. 12 is the right answer. Guys, everybody, guys, please solve question number 2 and question number 3. Guys, everybody, guys, please solve question number 2 and 3. Then I will teach you K concept, as guys. Then, guys, we'll move forward. Guys, please solve B and C, guys. Question number 2 and 3. The third proportion to this, guys, 12 comma 18. Guys, you have 12 comma 18. 12 comma 18. I don't know what is the third term. They're asking the third proportion. Three numbers are in proportion only when we have 12 upon 18, A upon B must be equals to B upon C. Guys, what will be x now? 18 into 18 divided by 12. Guys, I'm expecting the answers from you. 18 into 18 divided by 12. Guys, how much? 27. So, guys, the correct answer is option B. 27 is the, guys, right answer. Guys, now, the mean proportion, guys. Mean proportion means, guys, I am asking B. Guys, I am asking B. Guys, extreme means C. Mean means, guys, central one. B. 25, comma. I am asking mean proportion, comma, 81. Guys, in sequence and C's, guys, I have taught you, you can directly get the B is equals to under root of A into C. You can do like this. Guys, now what will happen, guys? Under root of 25 into 81, under root. 25 into 81, 2025, under root, guys, you will get B is equals to 45. This is the one way you can solve. But, guys, I can say also like this. If you want the mean proportion, three numbers will be in proportion when A upon B must be equals to B upon C. Indirectly, you will get the same thing, B square. B square is, guys, 2025. You will take the under root, guys. You will get 45. Guys, is this point clear to all of you? You'll get the answer, guys, 45. Option C is the right answer. Guys, option C is the right answer. Guys, is this point clear to all of you? Guys, now before we move forward, guys, I need to teach you something, guys. That is the K concept. Guys, are you all ready? Guys, we are discussing one chapter which is very easy also. We just need to cover all the variations, and I can assure you that you will be capable enough to perform in the exam. So yes, guys, this is very important. Now let's cover this. Guys, shall we start now? Okay. Okay. Now, guys, now please understand. Sometimes, guys, question says something is equal to something is equal to something. But the question does not mention what exactly they are equals to. For example, guys, sometimes question says x is equals to 2y is equals to 3z. Yes, x is equals to 2y is equals to 3z. But exactly what they are equals to, they don't mention. Guys, see, I am saying if this is 50, this is also 50, this entire is also 50, they all are same, but I don't know what exactly they are equals to. So guys, what I will do, I will assume them equals to k. Sir, everyone knows this concept to assume it equals to k, but sir, why we assume the k? Can you give us the motive? What is the motive of assuming it equals to k? I will give you the motive, guys. Now wait, before we start, guys, can you tell me what will be x plus y? What will be x plus y? Anyone, guys? X plus y, can you further add it? Guys, when you have the two different variables, can you further add it? Yes or no? If you have the different variables, no sir, we cannot add it, sir. But if I say you guys, you have k plus 2k, guys, how much this will be? How much this will be? Sir, 3k. Absolutely correct. Sir, the problem is when we have 2-3 different variables, we cannot solve it further. But Aman sir, when we have the same variables, in same variables, we have the liberty of addition. Even after this, you have the 2k. K will cancel. But if you have something like this, x plus y upon z, you cannot solve it further. We cannot solve it further. But if we have something like k plus 2k divided by k, we can solve it further. K plus 2k, 3k divided by k will cancel and answer will be 3. So what is our motive? I will tell you the motive. Guys, our motive is to get the value of all the variables in the form of k. Get the value of x also in the form of k. Get the value of y also in the form of k. Get the value of z also in the form of k. Why? Why, Aman sir? Guys, because see, if I want to solve this, I cannot solve it further. But if I have 2k plus 3k, I am having the value of q also, p also in the form of k. I'll put the value, and once I have this, I can say 5k, but I cannot solve further when I have 2-3 different variables. But if I have the same variables, I can add, subtract, multiply, and divide. This is the motive of getting a k concept. Guys, is this point clear? What is the motive of k concept, guys? Is this point clear, all of you? Say yes or no, guys. Is this point clear? Yes, sir. Now see, guys, question 4. Very huge amount of questions they have planted in your guys exam. Guys, see what they're saying. X upon 2 is equals to y upon 3 is equals to z upon 7. They are asking the value of, guys, 2x minus 5y plus 4z upon 2y. They are asking the value of this. But guys, to get the value of this, I cannot solve it further. X, y, z, I cannot solve it further. Sir, because all are different variables. But whenever the question says something is equal to something is equal to something, it means x by 2 is also equals to k, y by 3 is also equals to k, and guys, z by 7 is also equals to k. From, guys, here you will get x is equals to 2k, y is equals to 3k, and guys, z is equals to 7k. Guys, now you can replace x, y, z in the form of k. Once you have the same variables here and here, you can solve, add, subtract, multiply, divide. You can do everything. But when you have different variables, you cannot solve it further. Now let's put, guys. Now let's put in the place of x, guys, I will put 2k. 2 into 2, guys, 4k minus 15k, guys, plus 28k upon, guys, 3 into 2, guys, 6k. Guys, 28 plus 4, 32 minus 15. Guys, how much? 17k upon 6k. K will cancel. Answer will be, guys, 17 upon 6. Guys, 17 upon 6. Guys, option D is the right answer. Guys, are you getting the motive? Why we solve like this, and what is the reason of assuming it equal to k? Just randomly don't solve it, guys, without any motive, without any specific reason. If you are solving this kind of question, you will be capable of solving only one question, but I have to make you ready to deal with the thousands of the questions. Guys, is this point clear to all of you? Can I move forward? Guys, here, if a is equals a upon b is 4 upon 1. Guys, since we are going to put the value of a in b in one of the ratio, guys, can I say here, let's put a is equals to 4 and let's put b is equals to 1. Guys, let's put it over here. Under root 4 upon 1 plus under root 1 upon 4. What is, guys, under root 4? 2 upon 1. What is under root of 1? 1. 2. Guys, what will be the LCM? 2. Cross multiply 2 into 2, guys, 4 plus 1, 5. Guys, 5 by 2 is the right answer. Guys, 5 by 2 is the right answer. So, guys, option A is the right answer. Guys, is this point clear to all of you? Guys, before we start with the question number 6, guys, before we start with the question number 6, everybody, guys, please solve question number 7, question number 8, question number 9. Everybody, guys, please solve question number 7, 8, and 9. Guys, see, the fourth term for which they see 1, 2, 3, fourth term is already there. But because of this, this is not in proportion. What I should take fourth term? Let's take it x. When the four terms are in proportion, what will happen, guys? If you are saying 14, 16, 35, because of this 32, they are not in proportion. Let's assume it x. Guys, I need to get the value of x. Guys, I need to get the value of x. Guys, can you just give me a second, guys? I need to take this call. Guys, let's check for this one. Guys, what will happen? 14 upon 16 must be equals to 35 upon x. So guys, what will be x? 35 multiplied by 16 divided by 14. Guys, 35 multiplied by 16 divided by 14, guys, how much? 40. Yes, guys, 40 will be the correct answer. 40 will be the correct answer, guys. Option B will be the correct answer. Absolutely correct, guys. Guys, now you tell me, this time I am asking the third proportion. So should I take the under root of 2, or I am asking B, or I am asking C? Guys, in this question I am asking the third proportion. I am asking B. No, guys, I am asking, okay, answer B. Guys, I am asking, okay, option B, not B, guys. I am asking B, central value or extreme value. Guys, 2.4 comma, guys, 9.6. Guys, if I am asking mean, then I am asking the central value B. But this time I am asking third proportion. Guys, can I say third proportion means x? Yes, guys, third proportion means x. So guys, 2.4 divided by 9.6 must be equal to, guys, 9.6 divided by x. So guys, what will be x, guys? 9.6 multiplied by 9.6 divided by 2.4. 9.6 multiplied by 9.6 divided by 2.4. Guys, 38.4. 38.4 is the correct answer. Guys, is this point clear to all of you? Guys, is this point clear to all of you, guys? Now, the fourth proportion, guys, let's assume the fourth proportion is x. Guys, now let's assume the fourth proportion is x. Guys, again, exam question, last to last attempt, same question was there, guys. 2a, comma, a cube, comma, c, comma, x. Guys, I am asking fourth proportion, that is, I am asking x. So guys, what will happen? This upon this must be equals to, guys, this upon this. Let's get the value of x. Absolutely correct, guys. C a cube divided by 2a. A will cancel. You will have the square over here. So guys, this will be, guys, c a square upon 2. I can say, guys, c a square, guys, or a square c upon 2. Guys, option A is the right answer. So sorry, guys. Okay. So guys, option A will be the right answer. Guys, is this point clear to all of you? Guys, now let's have a very good question, guys. Mark this question as LDR. You have to revise this one day before exam. Question number 6. Guys, you have to revise this one day before exam. Question number 6. If A, B, C, D are in continuous proportion, guys, this time I have given you 4 terms. But what is my words, guys? They are in continuous proportion. I have given you one thumb rule, guys. I have given you one thumb rule, guys, that the continuous ratio, whenever I say continuous proportion, it means they are in GP. It means they are in GP. Guys, now let's solve this. Guys, this time I am not saying that A, B, C, D, E are in proportion. They are continuous proportion. And I have given you 5 terms. Find the value of A, B, D, E. Multiplication. Find the value of A, B, D. Superb question. Guys, see, whenever I ask you the question in the form of variables, first of all, guys, don't solve the questions in variable. Convert them into variables. They are saying this is continuous proportion. Guys, can I say they will be in GP? Guys, can I say they will be in GP? Say yes or no. Guys, can I say they will be in GP? Guys, say yes or no? Yes. Let's convert, assume one GP. 1, 2, 4, 8 and 16. Now guys, let's assume one GP. 1, 2, 4, 8, 16. Let's get the value of this. What is A guys? 1. B is 2. Guys, what is D is 18 and E is guys 16. 1 into 2 into 8 into 16. Guys, how much you are getting? 256. Sir, according to my, the answer will be 256. Let's check for the option. You have assumed A as 1. 1 power 4 will be 1. I am expecting 256. Let's check for C raised to the power 4. What is the C according to you? 4. What is 4 raised to the power 4? 4 into 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. 256. Guys, this option give you 256, which you are expecting in the form of number. So guys, this option is correct. Rest all the options are wrong. Guys, is this point clear to all of you? Guys, is this point clear to all of you guys? Superb question, guys. Superb question planted in your guys Genie book, that is previous year question book. Guys, is this point clear to all of you? Yes, sir. Now, guys, 3 questions more to go. Guys, this is a superb word problem we will discuss. But guys, before that, divide 750 into 3 parts. Guys, whenever we want to divide anything in the form of ratio, 3, 4 is to 5 is to 6. How to divide this, guys? 750. What is the unit of first person? 4. Total units, guys, 15. 4 plus 5 plus 6. How much units to second person, guys? 450 having 5 units divided by 15. 750 having 6 units divided by 15. How much for this, guys? 750 multiplied by 4 divided by 15, guys. 200. Guys, 750 multiplied by 5. 750 multiplied by 5 divided, guys, by 15. How much? 250. Guys, 750 multiplied by 6 divided by 15. How much, guys? 300. So guys, the correct answer is 200, 250 and 300. 200, 250 and guys 300. Guys, this one is the correct answer. This one is the correct answer. Guys, solve this question. Super planted question, guys. Super planted question. Guys, please solve. The age of the person, age of the 3 persons is, guys, the sum of the age of the 3 person, guys, is 150. The sum of the age of the 3 person is 150. 10 years ago, 10 years ago, their ages were in the ratio 7 is to 8 is to 9. 10 years ago. How to go, guys? 10 years ago. How to go 10 years ago? Guys, how to go 10 years ago? Answer me, guys. How to take this age 10 years ago? What will be the minus 10? Minus 10. Sanjay, 140. Absolutely wrong. I know many will say minus 10. Guys, but this is the age of one person, or this is the age of sum of 3 person age. Sum of 3 person age. For example, one is having the age 40, 50 and 60. If you do minus 10, only one person age will go backward to 10 years. There are 3 persons. Yes, sir, minus 30. Sir, this is, guys, minus 30. So, guys, 10 years ago, their age total was, guys, 130 minus, guys, 120. Their age total was 120. And guys, they were in the ratio 7 is to 8 is to 9. This is not the ratio of their today's age. 10 years ago, guys, this is the age of 3 person. So minus 10, minus 10, minus 10. In short, you have to do minus 30. So guys, 10 years ago, their age total was 120. And they were in this ratio. So guys, now can you tell me the 10 years ago, what was their age? Sir, 120 multiply by 7 divided by 7 plus 8 plus 9. Guys, how much? 24. So guys, 120 multiplied by 7 divided by 24, guys, 35 years. Guys, second person age was, guys, 8 units out of total 24 units. How much, guys? 120 multiplied by 8 divided by 24, guys, how much? 40 years. Guys, 120 multiplied by 9 divided by 24. 120 multiplied by 9 divided by 24, guys, 45 years, guys. But this is not their present age. This was their age 10 years ago. What they're asking, find their present age, guys. These are their ages 10 years ago. What will be their today's age, guys? Plus 10, 45, plus 10, 50, plus 10, guys, 55. So guys, the correct answer is 45, 50 and 55. Yes, 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 45, 50 and 55. Mari, absolutely correct answer. Absolutely correct answer. Absolutely correct answer. The superb question planted. Guys, what if I ask what will be their age 10 years forward to 10 years, yes, after 10 years? So don't add 10 only. You have to add 10 plus 10, 20 plus 20 plus 20 you have to add. Guys, superb question. Superb, 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 superb question. Ashwatya, right answer. I'm really impressed with some of the students like Shweta, Mari, Ashwatya, Sanjay also. He's not, Naive is not here because you guys are replying superb. What you know, what happens when we reply, we participate, and once we participate, we never forget the concepts. That is the importance of participation. See guys, sometimes many students are in the class, they are unable to participate because of the huge audience. Now you are at your home, reply, participate as much as you can. Once you are done with this chapter with me, guys, you don't have any extra time. Study with me, complete with me. No, don't carry any burden, guys. One question, guys. The fourth proportion, guys, fourth proportion to this and this, guys. Let's assume the fourth proportion is x, this upon this. When, guys, four numbers are in proportion, a square minus ab plus b square, this upon this must be equals to this upon this. Guys, they are asking the value of x. Let's get the value of x, guys. A minus b multiply by, guys, a cube plus b cube divided, guys, by, guys, a square minus ab plus b square. Guys, now let's see, guys. Many students will make the mistake, so I want all of you guys to please revise this. Guys, what is a cube plus b cube? Guys, you should always hold, this is a plus b, inside the bracket, guys, a square plus b square minus ab. If there is a plus, here it comes minus, and if here is minus, here comes the plus. So guys, this is the way you have to revise. So guys, can I write this a cube plus b cube as a minus b bracket a square plus b square minus ab whole divided by a square plus a square minus ab plus b square? Guys, this both are same, this will cancel, and answer will be, guys, a minus b, and answer will be, guys, a. Huh? Sorry, guys. Guys, here you already have, guys, here you already have, here you already have, guys, here you already, guys, here you will get a plus b, and here you will have a minus b. Guys, when you will convert this into a formula, guys, a plus b into bracket a square plus b square minus ab, this will cancel, only these two things will be left. A minus b into a plus b, guys, a minus b into a plus b, a square minus b square. Guys, a square minus b square, option c is the, b is the right answer. Guys, many students don't remember this. I request all of you, please write down this, guys. I request all of you, please write down this. Yes, yes, I've written. Thank you, Mari. Thank you, Mari. Guys, please write down this. Guys, please write down this. Guys, now very important concept, guys, rule of alligation. One part is pending. Let me cover that part. Guys, if you don't have this basic tips, guys, you can write down. We used to cover everything in the detail, guys, in the class. हाँ, आ गया उनका. Guys, done? Now, guys, rule of alligation. Guys, last concept of the day. I can vouch on this. Whenever the question comes from this part, students get panic. Now see, guys, I'll explain this diagram. We'll have one question and we'll pack up. I'm giving you one Vedic maths, guys. This is, guys, concept of Vedic maths, for shortcut from the Vedic maths. I'll teach you, guys. See, I'm saying, guys, now wait, what is the content over here? Guys, are you all here? Everyone, guys, please say yes once. Yes, 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 guys, I'm expecting yes from your side. Yes, 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 so that I can move forward. Shweta, I will inform. Shweta, I will inform. Okay, I'll inform that. Yes, guys, now see, please pay attention, guys. Everybody, guys, see, There is one ingredient A whose price is X kg, X rupees per kg. There is one ingredient B whose price is, guys, Y rupees per kg. Guys, in what ratio, my question is, in what ratio should I mix X and Y so that the mixture will sell at Z rupees? Mixture will be costing Z rupees. Mixture will be costing desired price, cost price of the mixture will be Z rupees. So guys, now see my question is, guys, a shopkeeper has two kinds of rice. One rice is 50 rupees per kg and another rice is 70 rupees per kg. So what is the and the average cost price of the mixture is 65. Cost price of the mixture, I will mix them and I've given them the desired cost price, or I can even give you desired selling price. My question is something else. I am asking you, what should be the ratio of rice 1 upon rice 2? In what ratio I should mix them so that a desired mixture will be costing rupees 65? So guys, whenever they ask this kind of question, guys, you have to apply rule of alligation. Guys, what is the rule of alligation? Guys, A, you should mix this minus this, Y minus Z. X you should mix, guys, Y X minus Z. Take the modulus, guys. Take the modulus. If you are getting the answer is negative, still you have to take it positive. I will plant one ingredient cost me 50 rupees and another ingredient cost me 70 rupees. I'm going to mix them and I want the desired mixture should be costing rupees 65 rupees. How much X should I mix this minus this 670 minus 65, 5 units of I should mix rice 1. Guys, this is rice 1, A unit. What should be the, guys, how much, guys, I should take over here? This minus this 50 minus 65, 15. The ratio that you should mix is, guys, 5 upon 15. That's all. 5 upon 15. Now, how the institute will manipulate you in this question? Guys, here we need to have the mixture cost price, not the selling price. In exam, they can give you selling price and they will give you profit. So subtract the profit. You just have to take the cost price of the mixture. Don't take the selling price of the mixture. No, take the cost price of the mixture. Here in this box, guys, if they give you the selling price and they give you the profit, subtract the profit and take the cost price over here. Guys, is this point clear? Guys, is this point clear to all of you guys? I'm waiting, guys. Please take the picture of this, guys. Please take the picture of it, guys. Guys, done? Now, guys, here we are done with the, guys, rule of alligation, and here we are done with the one powerful revision of the chart of the chapter ratios and proportion. Guys, yesterday we concluded a very big chapter, mathematics of finance. Guys, today I assure you, late night or tomorrow early morning, guys, my team will upload equations, sequence and series, permutations and combination on the YouTube. This is already there, guys. Ratio, proportion will be uploaded. Today, guys, we will cover indices in the second half, and guys, tomorrow we'll start with the revision of the statistics. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Akshay. Guys, I hope, guys, this is a very planned revision. I made this book with a very good amount of time where the concepts are covered with no pressure, This concept handbook was designed for this particular date only. I teach over here and it is very easy to make you guys revise since we both will have the concept handbook. So guys, our regular batches are having this this concept handbook where both are doing the writing the same part in the same book. Now, when it comes to revision, multiple revision is very easy and very efficient. Okay, guys, I will inform Anuradha. Will inform about the second lecture timing. Okay, yes, classes are in English also available, guys. You can contact any of the academies. There is no problem. Okay, guys. So here we conclude this session, guys, and see you guys in the next class tomorrow. Guys, we'll start. Sorry, today evening session, guys, we'll start with the indices. We'll pack up with this. Mari, there are few, this study material I have shared with the management of KS Academy. You can ask them, they will provide you. So not this one, this chart book, complete chart book I have provided. No worries. Okay. Dilip, I will try for the theoretical. See, theoretical have the linkage with the probability. Probability requires 5 to 6 hours. Okay. I have no issues with while teaching any chapter, but the problem is the time, guys. We are going with the rapid revision, guys. We are going with the GOAT revision. It should be super fast revision having the marks. I need bare minimum 3 days for one chapter. Now here, guys, my target is to complete one chapter in one day in the morning, one in the evening. So guys, we are going that flow. But I'll try as much as I can. I'll try. Okay, guys. See you guys. Bye bye. Take care.